Okay, we're talking about what are we talking about? TV ratings, all of these sorts of things, right? We're talking about television programs and PLEs, UFCs, Power Slap all be in the same weekend. So at the last Collision, Canada, I tweeted this out and I said, listen, Canada said AEW this tour, like Canada said fuck AEW because they had the incident that we covered on the live show with Sky Blue and the titties being out and the people in the crowd that people thought were independent wrestlers. I heard the one girl was a dancer. I can't get that confirmed or not. I just gave up on trying. I don't care.
What are your sources saying?
Yeah. but yeah, and then like Vancouver, they actually had a big packed house. They had like 6K people there or something, which is really good for AEW. Like they've been fucking up so much lately. But then, so Tony Khan's like, oh, this is finally a great night. And then some asshole hits the ring. They can't have one good show in Canada. Nobody. Daniel Garcia's standing on the barricade.
Okay.
And then he's outside of the ring, and then a fan hits the ring and just gets tackled right away. But like they just had shit crowds, and then they had like Sky Blue be accosted, and then in Vancouver they finally get a good house. Someone hits the ring. Canada was just like, man, fuck AEW. You know what I mean, dude? Like that's pretty much what has happened this go around in Canada, and I just think it's fucking hilarious. Hairline, what do you think about this guy hitting the ring, and do you recommend anyone hitting the ring during a live professional wrestling show?
I highly am against it. I do not like it. I think it is stupid. You are risking a lot. You're going to get your ass beat. But if you are to jump the barricade at any show and be successful, yeah, AEW, right?
Right. Just so not to be completely negative, so this will be a little AEW update clip, and not to be completely negative, but I wanted to go over this. Yeah, so Willow Nightingale showed up and surprised the wrestling club. And shout out the wrestling club. I love them. I love what they do. These are the sort of things that help pro wrestling, and more specifically, I think, even though they're watching AEW, but just wrestling in general, more mainstream. And shout out Willow. I've always said it. She's the next Bailey if used and marketed correctly. And this is just this is a feel-good moment. So, because we're always pretty negative about AEW, but we're going to put over good shit, and we love Willow. We always have on this show. So here's Willow surprising the wrestling club.
And what a bunch of marks.
Man, that's so fucking, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. She could be she could be their Bailey.
Yep. Wait till Trips sees this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait till Trips gets his hands on Willow, dude.
Yeah, awesome. John Michael.
And people can say like whatever the fuck they want on it. People get triggered at when they in these topics, but like this is also why diversity in shit matters. Like when you see someone who looks like you, man, who is the champion, like that does mean a lot to people, you know? Now I'm not saying reboot every superhero and recast them. It's like, I'm not saying that because but what I am saying is like when you have someone like Willow who connects with people.
You can go on about this one.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make it about like the movies and where like, you know, certain movies are fucking up and stuff, but I'm just saying that like as a native dude, when I see people like fucking Eddie Thorpe or whatever in NXT, like, you know, growing up, I always loved fucking Tatanka, you know what I mean? So it's good. That's really, it is important like in that aspect. when they're like their own character. Like Willow's her own thing. She's not like fake fucking Stone Cold. You know what I mean? And then, but look, Stone Cold, but he's black. You know, it's not that. But this little girl's looking at Willow like, holy shit, look at her title. Like, she looks like me. I can be that one day. And that means a lot in the world, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to say.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. Fucking just magical. That's what it's all about. Round of applause for Willow and AEW and the Wrestling Club for making that happen.
Fucking Willow's awesome, man, and like that was just a feel good moment, and basically what you said there, you know, it's little girls seeing themselves in that, you know, and it's just like there's so much negativity in the world, especially nowadays, so it's just like fucking beautiful fucking moment. And lastly, like I was saying there, for all those people that say we just shit on fucking AEW, fucking watch this clip, you fucking
So at Awful Wrestling, we were talking about AEW though, and we're talking about the TV ratings and sort of all of that sort of thing. But anyways, and we're circling to it. There's a reason, because we have news on AEW's TV deal, the fabled $1 billion that Dave Meltzer was, you know, and don't worry, we're polishing our flutes. We're about to whip them out and pause. And, but yeah, so at Awful Wrestling, good friend of the show. This Wednesday is a big day for AEW, and that's because tomorrow is WBD's big rollout. Here's a little video. We like to play Awful's. We like to EFAP his stuff on the show. So here's what Awful's little. Here's his piece on it, on AEW's big deal, which we have news on. And this is Time Cop. You'll be hearing it today, so it's actually today's deal. Haha.
I love Time Cop. It's very provocative.
This Wednesday, it's actually today, though, because it's Time Cop. So this Wednesday, the WBD upfronts will showcase upcoming programming and content across the various networks and platforms owned by Warner Bros. Discovery. Since 2019, All Elite Wrestling was at least featured in WBD upfronts. AEW was doing fairly well. But with a year-over-year ratings decline, dwindling ticket sales, and no upward momentum, will WBD continue its deal with AEW? Oh, come on now.
Watch this. Oh, damn, they didn't show it.
Dave, fuck, dude. We should almost flute. Not sure when, but the company value went from 0 to 1 billion in 4.5 years. It's a hell of a great investment in the big picture.
Oh, Batman. Oh, Batman, literally.
Andrew Zarian via Matmen Podcast. Shout out Andrew. I'm not dissing, but I kind of fucking gave him the what's for on X. Like, he was like, no, dude, like he tried to say that they weren't, that you're a fool if you think that Mercedes, or however he worded it, it's simple-minded, or it's like outdated viewpoint if you think that AEW brought Mercedes Moné in just to get TV ratings. They didn't expect her to get TV ratings. They expected her to boost the division. And I'm sitting there and I responded to that and I'm like, Zarian, no, like that's fucking dumb. And more people sided with me on this. I was like, that's dumb, dude, because fucking the AEW's just a TV show. They don't run house shows. They don't have a gym where she's training the next division. So how is she refining the division? No one's getting over on her. Like, what the fuck, dude? They brought her in they're about to make her and Edge the TV champions because they think everything they do is for TV ratings and fucking pay-per-view sales. Two dead models, according to all of you, Marks. Not calling you a Mark, Andrew, but all the people. I'm sorry, but you're a Mark if you're crunching the wrestling numbers and shit. I'm a Mark. I'm Phil Marks. I admit it. But it's like all the Marks are saying that pay-per-view and TV doesn't matter. And all Tony Khan's trying to do is get TV ratings and sell pay-per-view. So you're full of shit. It's only a TV show. It's only a TV show. So no, don't tell. It's not to refine the division or any of the, build a division or grow any. No, it's not. It's to get TV ratings. That's all Tony Khan's in business for. Like, what the fuck? How does nobody see this? They don't run house shows. It's not a wrestling company. Sorry, go ahead, dude.
No, fuck Andrew and the fucking listen.
No,
When you're in the fucking listen, when you're in the Gainesville area, and if you want a fucking honorary podcast, do not listen to the Matt Men's podcast. I spent over $1,500 in fucking Andrew's restaurant, and this is how he talks to you. I've never felt so disrespected, dude.
So Andrew Zarian feels confident that Max is going to be the new home of AEW and run 12 pay-per-views a year. Dude, Max just sponsored Raw last night. Not a prediction. Very confident. Doesn't know what the chart. So it's not a prediction. Andrew was wrong about this. So he was just wrong, dude. Doesn't know what the charging structure will be for those pay-per-views. Next day, and shout out Andrew Zarian. I got nothing against him. Anyways, next day rights are also supposed to be negotiated next year in the AEW archives. So this is all wrong, is what Awful's pointing out.
I wish Awful was here.
Yeah, I wish he was, dude. We'll get him on the live show. So Forbes reports AEW's value is $2 billion, putting it behind UFC at number 1. Cap. Asked to give the exact date, whatever, in which they're exclusive. Dude, Alfred Konua, he's coming on the podcast next week, actually, at Pro Wrestling Bits. Shout him out. And you need to watch his Cody Rhodes documentary before we do that show. But dude, he put me over on I did another podcast with him. And he put me over. He's like, dude, your Dave Meltzer impression's really good. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, because like he's one of the funniest guys, dude. And so I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And yeah, he's gonna come on the show next week. Anyways, though, yeah, the TV rights. So they're just lying, of course. Wrestling Observer lying. When WWBD's up, Khan declines to answer, saying he doesn't want to get anyone in trouble and that it would probably benefit him if he said it, but that it's soon. We'll know a lot about AEW's future with WBD. And if it's worth $2 billion.
How much do you worry that the cable operators are going to say, you know what, David, these are very nice assets. We like having them. We just don't like to pay for them the way we used to. The only product that we rent at Warner Brothers Discovery is sports. And when you rent a product, it's always harder. Because if we do something great with Lord of the Rings, it belongs to us. Right. When we do something great with sport, we get to enjoy it and benefit from it until the deal is up. Right. And then when the deal is up, you get new rent. In the end, it has to make economic sense.
Yeah, dude, they don't want to do this. Is fucked, man. You guys, you're gonna see why we're doing this, but it's AEW's fucked right now. I want you guys to know that as far as TV.
In the end,
if we're wrong, this is Time Cop, so this is about if I'm wrong, okay, shoe in my foot, but shoe in my foot. Jesus Christ, shoe in my mouth, foot in my mouth. I'm Brendan Schaubing. Okay, geeking out here, but okay. I am, dude.
Love on my hand.
Yeah, dude. I'm yeah, legit. So I spend too much time in that subreddit, the Fighter and the Kids subreddit, dude. I start talking like Schaub. Anyways, though, it's not looking good for AEW, but we're about to Time Cop. When you guys hear this in the morning, if I'm wrong, okay, foot in my mouth. It is what it is.
Has to make economic sense.
Yeah, so round of applause for Awful and everyone who made that video happen there. That was great. So pretty much, though, what was brought up and confirmed, and so when they have booking, like, well, we'll get into this in a second, but Wrestling News Co., AEW, WBD, not expected to announce a new TV deal at tomorrow's upfronts. Hairline, man, what do you think, dude? So basically, to summate all that, yeah, dude, they're not expected to be announcing a fucking new TV deal. What do you think happens? Tony Khan just starts his own network, buys up an old channel, and airs Ring of Honor and AEW and whatever New Japan shit he can, and just try and do it that way. What do you think the play is if he doesn't? Because WBD's doing something where they're packaging like Hulu and all the Disney shit with Warner Bros. So you'll get like all of DC and Marvel and all that shit all in one big bundle and everything. Yeah, dude, AEW's looking like they're not going to be a part of that. They're fucking just losing money and they don't do good enough TV ratings. So and they're not expected to even be announced, which means the TV deal's probably for way less money. Just your thoughts, man. RIP AEW or what? Do you think Tony just drops a Billy, buys another TV station, does his own thing?
He's just gonna do his own thing for sure. AEW's never gonna die as long as Tony Khan is breathing.
Yeah.
So like he's gonna have to OD on whatever he's taking for
Soda
AEW
water.
to go on. Soda water, don't steal this.
And then
But,
this
like,
guy,
other than that,
WWE real one right now, his face.
the guy that used to argue with us back when we first started.
He's just a mark on. I've tried to get him on the show and he won't do it.
Is that the action figure guy?
Man, I'm super. I'm not hating on AEW, but it's like I hate to tell you guys that I told you so, but I don't really because I like being right about shit. And guys, it is time for
We've really been baby facing AEW here near the end. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting kind of like as it's winning us over, it's just like limiting. Wow, my bad. It's fucking driving off the cliff.